Have you ever wondered what became of the once thriving mining towns scattered across California after the gold and silver dried up? We'll explore some of these abandoned ghost towns, starting with Bodie, the best preserved town, frozen in time from California's historic gold rush era. Of all the ghost towns in California, Bodie is one of the most famously preserved. Located just off Highway 395 north of Mono Lake, it became a boom town after gold was discovered here in 1859. At its peak in the late 1800s, Bodie had a population of 8,000 people and supported a thriving main street with shops, saloons, hotels, and opium dens. It even had electricity and telegraph lines, making it an advanced city for its time in such a remote desert location. But as with so many mining towns, Bodie's prosperity came crashing down as the gold and silver ore ran dry in the early 1900s. The mines closed one by one, residents moved away, and buildings were left deserted. By the 1940s, Bodie was completely abandoned, left remarkably intact as a time capsule from the Wild West era. Today, it is preserved in a state of arrested decay as Bodie State Historic Park. Wandering the deserted streets past wood buildings weathered by time and the dry desert climate, you feel like you just stepped back into the late 1800s. Peering through windows, you see interiors frozen in time with furnishings dusty but still in place. Bodie is a true ghost town, keeping the rugged spirit of early California mining towns alive. Our next stop is the silver mining ghost town of Calico, located in the Calico Mountains near Barstow. Founded in 1881 during a silver boom, Calico grew rapidly into a Wild West town, with over 500 mines and 350 buildings at its peak. With saloons, hotels, and a reputation for lawlessness, it was a stereotypical rough mining camp. But when the price of silver dropped in the early 1900s, operations came to a halt. By 1907, Calico was completely abandoned, leaving the town frozen in time. In the 1950s, Walter Knott purchased the ghost town and began reconstructing some of the buildings to restore Calico to its former glory. Today, it is a San Bernardino County park, allowing visitors to stroll the vacant streets past historic buildings dating back to the 1880s. Many structures still contain relics that provide a snapshot into Calico's past. The schoolhouse, the general store, they're like stepping into a Silver Rush-era time capsule. With its windswept setting and the colorful Calico Mountains, visiting Calico truly feels like being transported back to the forgotten heyday of this spirited mining town. Moving south to the Mojave Desert, we come to the gold rush ghost town of Randsburg. Founded in 1895 after the discovery of gold deposits in the area, Randsburg quickly grew to a population of 3,500 people during its boom. But just like other mining towns, Randsburg's prosperity rapidly declined when the gold played out in the early 1900s. The population dwindled away, leaving the town a deserted ghost of its glory days. Today, with its authentic, abandoned Old West look and feel, Randsburg has been a popular filming location for movies and music videos, but it also retains much of its gold rush character, with original buildings still standing. Wandering along Butte Avenue and Center Street, you pass 1870s-era saloons, a general store, the White House Saloon, Randsburg Jail, and various miners' cottages. With windswept streets and creaking wood buildings, it's as if you've journeyed back to experience the life of a 1900s Mojave desert mining settlement. Randsburg remains a true ghost town jewel, preserving the isolated desert spirit of California's gold rush. Our next stop on this ghost town tour is the eerie, isolated town of Cerro Gordo, located high in the Inyo Mountains along the eastern Sierra Nevada. Founded after silver deposits were uncovered in 1865, Cerro Gordo boomed as one of California's largest producers of silver and lead. At its peak in the 1870s, it had over 4,000 residents, a bustling main street, and tunnels stretching for miles under the mountain. But plunging silver prices, flooding of the mines, and the depletion of ore brought operations to an end by 1877. With its remote and rugged location, Cerro Gordo was simply left to the elements once abandoned. Today it is privately owned but can be visited through guided tours. Arriving at the isolated town, you're struck by the sense of foreboding desolation. Towering mountains surround you, The wind howls through the canyon and abandoned mine buildings totter precariously. Walking the vacant streets past decaying ruins, you feel the ghosts of a once thriving silver rush town. Cerro Gordo is one of California's eeriest and most evocative ghost towns. Our ghost town adventure concludes at the relatively modern abandoned mining town of Eagle Mountain, located in Joshua Tree National Park near the Colorado Desert. Founded in the late 1940s after iron ore deposits were discovered in the region, Eagle Mountain became a thriving community supporting the nearby Eagle Mountain iron mine. At its peak in the 1950s, over 4,000 people lived here. But in the early 1980s, reduced demand and depleted iron ore reserves forced the mine and town to shut down. Residents moved away almost overnight, leaving homes, schools, stores, and civic buildings deserted amongst the rocky desert landscape. Walking Eagle Mountain's vacant streets today, it feels more post-apocalyptic than ghost town. Mid-century cars sit weathered and rusted where they were parked decades ago. Home interiors and possessions remain eerily frozen in time from the 1980s. Unlike the Wild West-era ghost towns, Eagle Mountain provides a glimpse into a more modern 20th century mining bust. This desert ghost town shows that isolated communities can disappear just as quickly today as they did in the Old West. Thanks for joining us on this exploration of these captivating California ghost towns. We hope this adventure inspires you to explore more ghost towns yourself, to experience their enchanting, frozen-in-time charm. If you enjoyed watching this video, please show this channel some love by liking or subscribing, and stay tuned for more videos like this one.